So if you guys don't know about me, I'll tell you a little bit about me. I've been coaching since 2007 in this arena, dating coaching, and helping guys really get rid of old limiting beliefs and step into themselves as a man. I started that endeavor after many, many years of being a professional actor in New York City. So I did a lot of theater and plays and commercials, etc. And I was a real artist as an actor. That was my main thing, is really getting into the art of acting. I really viewed myself as that, and any kind of work I got was just almost a betrayal of my art, you see? And so that's kind of how I look at meeting and connecting with women as an art form. And I think anyone here that has spoken this weekend knows that, and that's what they do. They teach you an art form, and we all have our own way to that. So have you ever heard of method acting, anybody? Method acting, you just heard that term, maybe some of you studied it. Or Marlon Brando, of course, right, the greatest. Franco, sure, yeah, these guys all have a process, right? And the process ultimately brings an outcome, an effect. Maybe it brings, and the effect is to move you, the audience, right? If they're good at it. Now, if they're over-involved in their process, you just kind of look at them and you're like, oh, this guy stinks, or he's kind of just like narcissistic. But if they're really good at their process, they move you, they affect you, they make you laugh, cry, make you feel good, they make you see the world in a new way. And if we're really good at our process, it's exactly what we do with the people we're speaking with and speaking to, the women we're talking to. Does that make sense? So back some years ago, I took everything I'd learned from acting and my original degree in psych and all my metaphysical studies, Zen-like things, and I fused them all into meeting and connecting with women, and I taught myself on the streets of New York City how to meet women walking down the street, how to meet them on the subway, how to meet them in the bookstore, how to meet them in every possible environment I could. At the end of the day, it's about being a human being and be able to connect with people. Now, when you get into nightclubs, and even there's so many variations of that, each one changes, and you have to change, and ultimately in the most animalistic nightclub, you become, like Matador is saying, a bit like an animal. You stop being, it's less human and more animal. And more to the point of what animals like to do together, They don't usually talk about Nietzsche and stuff, right? They hump it on the couch or whatever squirrels do. So the point is I wanted to become as human as I could be and connect with as many women of all walks of life, not a specific kind of woman, but other than to say that I like women that are really smart, that are beautiful, that are interesting, that are driven, that are independent, that are nurturing to me, loving to me, caring, that are sexual. I like high status women, meaning, I don't mean high status like they got $1 billion, although they can if they want, but people who are really living a full, rich life. And I like those kind of people as my friends, and I like those kind of people as my women friends. And ultimately, if you're going to have a girlfriend, I mean, she becomes your best friend. She becomes the one you're hanging out with, and for those of you guys who've been married or had long-term girlfriends, you know that. And then ultimately, you start not hanging out with your buddies all the time. I mean, they literally become your confidant for that while, however long it is, a week, 2 years, 10 years. They're your best pal, right? And your worst nightmare all in one. So, so the point is, so you should have high standards for them.